Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast anime edition. Today we got the NDP Naruto crew with us. A majority of the people. We got the My Hero enthusiast Andrea with us. We got the founders Cedric and Byron with us. And we got Niki with us. And Niki, I know this is 2 months too late, but it's your first pod of 2023. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year to y'all too. Let's get into it. I'm ready to be back on.
Let's go. Let's go. So we are going to be doing something very special for the month of March. Our anime expert, Cedric. Cedric, do you have this idea back in late November, December, something around that time?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Honestly, I thought about it before, and I just thought there's not enough characters to do an elemental like anime March Madness. And I saw someone make a bracket. I was like, oh, hold on, people do this shit. People actually want to see this. Oh, bad.
Yeah. So Cedric's like, hey, what do you think of this idea? And I was like, if you pick the names, just get the names to me. I'll put it in bracket form. I'll send it out when it's done. Cedric got the names. We sent it out. Saw the buzz on the social media. So like you said, we're going to do an anime element March Madness tournament. So each week we are going to do a division side. And then the first Tuesday of April, we will be going over the Final Four and champion side. We have a fire division, we got a water division, earth division, and lightning division. Cedric, how did you come up with those 4 divisions?
Honestly, primary elements. So between lightning and wind, I was quasi thinking about it, but earth, fire, water, super simple. And then I chose lightning just because I felt like it's more diverse. Honestly, you get more interesting characters there than wind. And as far as like thinking Final Four out, that'd be more interesting conversations than a wind person, honestly. But hey, it's what it is.
How'd you come up with the names?
Oh, so with the names, honestly, there's a ton of anime out there that have elemental users. And there's a lot of animes that are elemental based, where it's either like magic, sorcery, power, like different type of power scales that attributes to those elements. And so my goal in picking the people was to find at least a couple from each of the anime. So it's not like just like one. I try my best not to do this one solo individual. And I also picked anime that, knowing our forum, that I know people have watched, whether it's myself, whether it's Andrea, whether it's Niki, whether it's Byron, whether it's you, whether it's Justin's hoe ass who's not even here. But I try to be all inclusive, and this nigga has the audacity not to be on the first episode. And if he's recording this, I'm gonna cough throughout all this shit just to fuck with him.
Oh man. Open question for Byron, Andrea, Niki. What did you guys, because obviously you guys didn't know until it came out, what did you guys think when you saw that we were going to be tackling this in the month of March?
I thought it was a great idea to pick anime characters from different animes and create 4 different divisions and have a March Madness style tournament. I know we've done a women's women's Naruto March Madness, and that was really cool. So when we posted it to Instagram, I thought it was an amazing idea.
Andrea, Niki?
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was dope. I had no idea it was coming. And then when I saw like the wide variety of characters and like just as a mini preview for the Lightning Division to see Zatch Bell mentioned, I hadn't heard or thought about that show in forever. So like just kind of having some of those characters pop back up, like, oh my gosh, like a little blast from the past. So like that's really cool. My other thing is seeing everybody. I haven't seen a lot of these anime, unfortunately, so it's also just a little, seeing the brackets was a little daunting because like I really don't know a lot of these characters, but it's also exciting because I know every time I do one of these podcasts with you guys, I learn a lot more about whatever anime verse or the characters we're talking about. So I was very excited.
Niki, what'd you think?
I was geeked. I'd love to talk about all anime, not just Naruto. So we're here to show the people we are diverse.
Yeah, because Cedric made it a point too, when you watch this on YouTube or watch it on Spotify video version, you'll see the bracket and you'll see that there's no characters from Naruto because that'd be too easy for us. As Niki said, we all know Naruto, and Cedric made it super diverse. And it's also a good thing for our podcast because I mean the three main anime things that we do talk about is Mitchell with Dragon Ball, Andrea with My Hero, then us with Naruto. So Cedric making this diverse and putting other animes in it that we've seen was a really great call on him. But let's get into it. We're gonna do the Fire Division today, so you guys are gonna hear who we're gonna have representing the Fire Division. We're gonna go through this together, and the names will be listed in the comment section wherever you're listening to, and it'll be on the screen. So we're just going to go round by round until we get to a final four. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. First up, we got Mr. Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender versus Mr. Rengoku from Demon Slayer. One of my favorite pastimes to do on the L7C is have Byron go first on one of these things.
Why did I know you're about to pick me?
So we'll do it the same way we do our Naruto stuff. We'll say who you think will win. We'll tally up, give reasons, and then whoever has the most will advance on through. So Byron, I mean, it's okay. Andrea's second. I was gonna pick Andrea first because these are her, like, she rocks with both these animes.
I know, I do, and I was very sad when I saw this matchup. So,
but I want Byron. You're the best list person we got on this podcast. So, when you saw this matchup, who do you got? Who'd you like? Who'd you pick?
So when I first saw this matchup, I instantly picked Rengoku, because that's my GOAT. But after doing some research, because I haven't really seen much of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so doing some research between Zuko and Rengoku, I still think Rengoku because I feel like he has that speed advantage that Zuko wouldn't be able to get around, and also seeing Rengoku get punched in the hole in his chest and still try to cut somebody's head off. So I'm picking Rengoku for this first matchup.
Andrea, you already knew you were going second. Two animes you love.
I do, and two characters I love, Zuko more than Rengoku, just throwing that out there. And I really wanted to say that Zuko would win. But just like Byron, I had that gut instinct that it would be Rengoku. I tried to fight it. I tried to be like, well, Zuko actually controls flames, like, but there's no closing the speed gap between the two. There's just not. Also, Rengoku's like with the different breathing styles and abilities, like you are able to reinforce your body at least to some degree. And in the Avatar universe, unless you're putting on some sort of physical armor, that's just not real beyond like normal muscle buildup. So Rengoku does win, but I still love you, Zuko. It's fine.
Okay. Niki?
Rengoku.
Easy money? No explanation?
I mean, everybody kind of already hit on it. Like I was thinking like, ooh, maybe Zuko could do something, but no, he's not. He's not up to that caliber. I don't think he's strong or fast enough, honestly.
Cedric, is there anything you want to add to that? Because it looks like Rengoku is moving on, regardless of what we think. So, anything you wanted to add?
Not really. I mean, the only thing I would add is with the speed, man has a sword. And while I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, their bending styles is kind of based off martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And so no one's really out here using like weapons per se. Like I know there's some episodes where Zuko has like the twin swords as well, but like it's a little bit different when you are bending and using weapons versus, yeah, my weapon actually creates said fire and I'm fast as hell. So yeah.
And and immensely strong too, like physically. And it's just, I don't know, Andrew, I feel like you've watched Avatar more in depth than the rest of us. I felt like when I watched it, like they never really talked about like their physical characteristics, like
Not
being
really.
fast, strong, durable. Like I feel like that's where Avatar lacked. They just talked about the bending.
Right. And I think with the bending, I mean, the only person that we really see like with a level of enhanced speed is Aang, the Avatar, but that's because he's an airbender. So essentially it's kind of alluded to that he's bending the air behind him to push him to like run faster. So like in my head, like physicality and speed is like normal person level versus whereas like in Demon Slayer and a lot of these other anime, there's scaling beyond like a normal person. So yeah.
No, I agree with you guys. I wouldn't know how Zuko would be able to dodge a ninth form. I don't know how he's dodging that. So
We'll give Zuko this. If he's trained up as well as his father and his little, he probably could try to fly.
Right.
Sure.
But Rengoku is fast and got ups, so I don't think he's going to get too far.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. All right, next round you got Mr. Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist.
And you say his name like
I don't know, because it actually kind of gets me hyped.
Also,
I'm not
you've been throwing missiles on everyone's names. Are you going to do that for everyone?
Until it's someone I don't like.
No. Then okay. Understood.
Nah. But then we got Mr. Natsu from Fairy Tail. So we'll start with Cedric. What did you feel about this matchup, and who did you have winning this one, and why?
So this is actually two of probably my favorite animes. Like they're easily in my top 5, just for character development, art style, and just true plot. For me, it's really hard because I really do like Mustang a lot. But from watching Fairy Tail, as much as I've watched Fairy Tail, it's just something about this dude can, like, Natsu can eat fire. Like, that's literally Dragon Slayer magic for him. You throw a fireball at him wherever, he's just going to eat it. Not to mention the power scaling for him, especially when you get into further arcs of, especially like the return arc, where I believe it's 10 years had passed and like the guild had been disbanded. Dude's power level with just the heat that he exudes just by standing around was hot enough to melt stone and melt people's clothes, but not necessarily burn them. Like, immense firepower. I picked Natsu in this matchup just because I don't know really. The one crappy thing with Mustang is while he's an alchemist, my man's gloves get wet and nothing happens. And well, I guess he did kind of do the equivalent exchange near the end there, where he could just do whatever he wants without a transmutation circle, kind of like the Elric brothers. But I still, for some reason, don't feel like that would be enough to be Natsu.
Fair enough. Niki?
Yeah. So I got blurbs on everybody.
Okay.
And then I got to this matchup, and I love Colonel Mustang. I have his pop. He doesn't stand a chance. Natsu is going to eat every single attack he does. And he's not beating him in hands to hands. Natsu got that. Like it's wraps. Natsu.
Okay. Andrea?
I also picked Natsu, just like doing background research, just reading like the power scaling again, like Mustang as like a physical human being is a normal human being, but can do alchemy. And so reading that Natsu can basically just eat the flames. He's all sorts of reinforced. It's like, yeah, I don't really see it. And I'm kind of glad that everybody so far has gone that same route, because I've never watched Fairy Tail. But of course I love Roy Mustang. He's a great character, and Full Metal Alchemist is one of my favorite animes and kind of helped to reignite my passion for it towards the end of college.
Byron?
I also have Natsu Dragneel winning this matchup, basically because everyone said, because he can eat flames, and I don't know how you win against a guy that's eating your attacks. Also, he's pretty much impervious to fire, so you can't really burn him alive. So Natsu's easily winning this one.
I knew Byron did research when he said the first and last name. I'm proud of you.
Cedric, do you think, though, Mustang's like, I agree with you all. I think Natsu's going to win, but do you think like his tactical, like battle awareness or anything could help him put a fight up? Because the dude is a combat, like, he's in the,
I mean, like,
trenches.
I mean, like, the way they have it is State Alchemist, so it's military based.
Mhm.
While he could come up with strategy, I don't know of one that works with this opponent.
Mhm.
Because the only flames that we've seen that Natsu cannot eat are typically flames of a higher tier and his own flames.
Mhm.
And so, based on what I've seen in Full Metal, I don't think like there's some type of god flame or like demon flame that Colonel Mustang creates with
Mhm.
his alchemy. Not to mention, you can have tactics galore and execution, but anything that involves alchemy is just not like, because he only can use flames. Like, it's not like he could do other stuff. I just feel like it's a limited matchup. There's a limited arsenal for him to really try to do any damage with, and whatever he throws out is either going to come back and bite him in the ass when Natsu eats it, or it's just going to be irrelevant.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Next matchup, the first lady on the bracket, Miss Sailor Mars from Sailor Moon, and Mr. Fenton from Hunter x Hunter, who, Niki, your sweatshirt is still in my house with him on it.
I keep forgetting about that, bro. I'll be randomly driving home. I'll be like, oh shit, my hoodie's that big. Get home, start doing something, completely forget about it. It's a cycle. I'll come over sometime soon
You're
and get
good. You're good. So Andrea, another two animes that you really, really love. Who did you have winning this one?
So I do love them both. I just, oh god, this one was really hard for me. Like when I looked at the matchups, because like as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, I'm sorry, Sailor Mars, no, just no. And then I was like, well, the power scaling maybe from Sailor Moon, Saving Grace, something. I was like, maybe, but then I think about hand-to-hand combat. She doesn't really use much for weapons. She does use like a flame-created bow and arrow. But Phaeton's a sword wielder. He's also super fast, according to Hunter x Hunter. I think he's like the fifth fastest in the, oh my gosh, the Phantom Troop. And yeah, I just, in my head, I couldn't picture a fight where Sailor Mars came out on top of Phaeton unless we would consider Phaeton like a fire demon. And then technically her like spiritual powers maybe could seal him, I guess. But I feel like that's a stretch, like in my personal opinion. So I have Phaeton winning, but it hurts me that I'm not backing Sailor Mars in this.
Just before, how far did you go with Sailor Mars's abilities? Did you just do like the show that ran on like Cartoon Network Toonami, or did you like consider like when they all get super like Super Sailor 3 transformations and all that stuff, like in the manga?
I don't think I dipped too far into the manga. I'll be completely honest. I don't think I dipped too far into it. I tried to look into just the power scaling in general, but I guess maybe I didn't read far enough into it.
No. Byron, who'd you have?
I also had Phaeton because of his speed, and he has a sword. Just the speed differences, I think, would be just too much for Sailor Mars.
Cedric.
On the third vote,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be out there on the record that I didn't pick the matchups. I just submitted the names. And Sailor Mars, I am so sorry that you're getting clapped like this. Like, I honestly threw in there, I was like, you know what? I haven't watched a lot of Sailor Moon at all. If it didn't come off of Toonami, I didn't watch it after that. So I'm so sorry, man, that you are getting just annihilated. Because this dude, like, of all the people in here, the one individual who literally just does not care, man, woman, child, really just does not care, she gets that matchup. Like, it's Phaeton. Like that dude's fucking lethal. He ain't got short temper. He got short man issues.
Niki.
So I went based off what I watched. I know zero about Sailor Moon, but I tried to watch some Sailor Mars fights, and it just wasn't there for me. I don't think she stands a chance against Phaeton, so I'm going with Phaeton.
Fair enough. I know when I recorded My Hero with Andrea a couple weeks ago, I told her this was the one matchup I actually like struggled the most, just from a world power scaling perspective, because I mean, we're talking about your Sailor Mars is one of the weaker people of the Sailor Scouts, but like the strongest Sailor Scout has more cosmic level abilities than Goku. So it's like, all right, if your strongest could fight, well, blast him, not like a fist to fist thing. And then like Hunter x Hunter, no disrespect, like ain't nobody in your world. Like if you come out that world, it's like you're probably getting clapped by other people in anime. But I was just like you guys said, Phaeton, he doesn't care. Like he'll see her and he'll cut her head off. And even though she has these abilities of like telekinesis, like being able to see into the future, like Andrea said, if he was a demon, which Sailor Mars could really go help the Demon Slaying Corps, but that's a whole other thing because I don't know why they don't have talismans in Demon Slayer to kill demons. But she'd be a great Demon Slayer. But I agree with y'all. I mean, I just feel like if she knew he was that ruthless, she would definitely like keep the distance. But
could she? With his speed, he'd catch her.
That's true too. Like, could she? And it's like, I mean, she was like Niki said, like her fights, they weren't really like throwing hands, like it'll be a little back and forth, and then she burns the person, and then it's over. But I mean, hey, the Sailor Scouts are strong. Just for everyone listening, it's just this was not the matchup for you.
Definitely not.
Then we got Mr. Ace from One Piece and the head captain himself, Yamamoto from Bleach. Who did you, Byron, who'd you have win in this one?
This one was tough for me. One, I haven't really seen too much of One Piece. I haven't gotten all the way to the introduction of Ace. The most I know about him is from that movie, One Piece movie that just came out. So I had to do some research on him and Yamamoto. I watched some Death Battle on Ace, and I know that he can pretty much coat his body in flames to be impervious to damage. And I know Yamamoto's like one of the most powerful Soul Reapers in Bleach. So I don't know who I'm picking for this one. I want to say Ace, but I think I'm gonna pick Yamamoto.
Cedric?
I mean, I've been on record that I haven't watched a lot of One Piece. Nothing against One Piece. It's just I know how many episodes and how much of a task that is. But from what I saw, Ace has multiple different attacks and different moves. I really like the one where he uses his fingers. He'd be shooting it like a gun. That's kind of cool. Honestly, before this most recent section of Bleach, I may have said this was going to be a really, really tough. Yamamoto's Bankai is fucking broken. Like, I don't even care what anyone says. That shit is fucking broken. And the fact it's like 3 levels and 3 different things going on, the fucking skeletons of your dead comrades and shit. That I don't even know how you fucks with that for real. Like, that has nothing to do with fire. But this
fires of hell.
I know, but like the fact that you have to fucking put up with that shit, like, that's its own issue. I picked Yamamoto mainly because some of what Byron said, like one of the strongest. As far as what we've seen on television, he is the strongest Soul Reaper until we see a little bit more. I mean, I know Ichigo's the main character, but everyone's like, oh, yeah, no, Yamamoto's the head captain. That's why he's the head captain, because he is the strongest. So I picked Yamamoto. I really am curious what Niki picks, because I don't know much about One Piece, and that's why I threw Ace in here, because I'm like, Ace is awesome. I hate the way I know people were sad about the way he died. And so it's like I'm curious to learn more about Ace.
I'll go real quick. No disrespect. Yamamoto puts Ace in a blender.
Bro, you ain't even gonna give him a chance to save this, man. You just gonna give him the quick 3 like that?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to get in
That's
as a third
so
person.
rude.
I'm just
like no suspense, no nothing. You're just like whatever you're gonna say.
You put this down. We're putting it down right now. Yep.
No, I do want to hear what Niki has to say, but no,
but like now it's like, damn.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I saw that. I was like, bro, pencil him in. Nah, no. I'm sorry, but Niki, go ahead.
So Ace is my guy. His pop is staring at me right next to my MF Doom mask, and I'm watching Bleach. I'm in the where they're fighting Aizen and all the Espada right now.
Oh man, that's good shit.
That's top.
Yeah, so I said, I have to watch, because I went based off of what I seen on TV, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I watched him in this last episode when he fought the Quincy Doo.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to pick Ace, but he technically died to Akainu, which is magma, and whatever the fuck Yamamoto's Bankai is, like from seeing Bleach, it's just OP. I really wanted to pick Ace. He's got all 3 hockey types, like it's confirmed. So like if I could play that card technically, but I'm not going to, because Yamamoto's Bankai is just ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. I don't think Ace stands a chance.
And that's even if, I mean, like that's because like you guys said, it's so OP, you don't see it until the final arc.
Yeah. I watched that and I was like, I'm so sorry, Ace.
I remember the first time I saw it,
chance.
I had to call Cedric. I was like, Cedric, do you see this shit? Like, and I was like, I watched Bleach, and I was like, I knew Yamamoto was about that life when he could just walk up to you with his sword and it instantly cuts you in half, disintegrates you on fire without saying a damn word. But when he unlocked, I was like, okay, this is a little much. But
bro, that animation, oh my gosh, top tier animation.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I thought I was watching movie quality. I was like, Hulu. I was like, man, that mouse stole this anime, and man, look at that animation. Like Mickey, I don't know what he was smoking. He was smart giving it to Hulu so Mark can actually watch that shit. Like, because Martin was going to boycott Disney till the day he dies.
Absolutely.
But when I tell you, I was watching. I literally looked at this nigga. The saddest thing, though, he did all that shit for a clone.
I know, it's crazy too, because like old dude had to make they had to make a special capture thing for his stuff, because the normal ones wouldn't be able to capture his Bankai. But I was just like, well, it was great, man. It was a great run. But his Zanbato still the strongest Zanbato ever made, so that's wild, and he's dead, but he just he's getting put in. Andrea, what did you think?
Looking at this matchup, I was like, I have no idea about either of these characters. I barely knew that Ace had some sort of fire affinity. I know it's not the right word, but still. So it was kind of like a blind crapshoot, and I think, see from the most recent season, I think it was about 40-second long video of Yamamoto's Bankai, and I'm like, no, just no. I could not figure out a way for that to really, anyone in One Piece that I've seen or like read about, I shouldn't say seen, read about, could match that. So like I went with Yamamoto as well.
I mean, there's not a lot of animes that can match Bleach's abilities. There is some OP shit over there. I mean, they got Aizen, my guy. All right, going to the next round, we got Rengoku versus Natsu. Oh, Niki, you seen this matchup? Who would you have in this one?
All right. So I went with Natsu.
Okay. How come?
It was definitely tough, but like Natsu's got plenty of fighting experience, and he's smart when it comes to battles. Just main character shit. Dumb but smart when it comes to fighting. You know how it goes. And he truly be beefing. He be scrapping every day. When does Natsu not fight in that show?
Facts.
And then
okay.
He's got the power of a dragon. Like Rengoku's got ninth form, which is definitely hard. But like Natsu's broken. Like he's got the power of a dragon. He's got lightning dragon or lightning fire dragon magic too. Like I give it to Natsu.
Okay. Andrea.
I read everything that Niki just said on the internet, and that is also why I picked Natsu.
Okay. Cedric.
I'm just gonna wrap this one real quick. Natsu, that dude's honestly the power scaling for that dude is truly unreal.
Byron, did you have anything you just wanted to add about either of the characters?
No, I picked Natsu too. He's powerful.
Yeah. I think the thing that hurts Rengoku is, he was never able to reach his full potential.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's never going to get the chance to unlock like the Demon Slayer, like Mark, none of that shit. So, which that's just the unfortunate thing of it. Like we've saw it as strong as he will ever be, and it's unfortunate that the third strongest dude out of this, the fourth, if you include Muzan, just randomly shows up on your fucking train after you beat the last lower one, and then it's like, oh, happy ending, and then it wasn't happy.
LOL JK. Yep.
I was still shocked in that movie theater. Just FYI, I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, who is this guy?
I said that they kill him in a movie. I was like, damn, we just gonna kill him in the movie?
Yes!
Right, the second time when they introduce him,
I saw that movie
to his character after hating him for like not accepting like Nezuko like hasn't eaten a human, whatever that. Because I was salty about that still, and then we see him in the movie, all endearing, it's like love him, and then
yeah, I saw that movie. I saw that movie with Andrea.
Yeah,
like low key, when you see that man on the train, that was Martin.
What, slumped?
No, just eating all that fucking food.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yelling his shit after every fight. Yum.
Bro, especially since he was eating some rice. Oh, yeah, I would have been in there. But the bad thing is, Akaza is hard. Like, his music is sweet.
Yes,
like
I fucking know.
Like, that's why I'm so sad, man. Like, it could have been anyone fucking else.
And then he got punked. That's my thing. He did that rant and got punked.
Yes. I thought that was beautiful. I fucking loved that.
By Michael Jackson.
Bro.
Michael Jackson from the Jackson 5 even. Like, it wasn't even full adult.
Oh, yeah, when he was in the house, he was like, so what, you killed a Hashira? I don't care. But you let some scrub throw that sword in your back. I'm like, bro, you the one telling other demons to go kill that scrub because you're afraid of his earrings. Shut up. But Muzan really be hoeing his little demons too. I'm like, damn, bro, come on. Like, these your comrades.
Really
nah, not to him. They're his pawns. Like, nah.
I mean, he made them who they were.
That's facts. That's facts. He don't be talking to upper rank one like that. I can tell you that much.
Well, okay.
but
he's
it's
a different level.
Yeah, but Natsu goes, and Rengoku, we're all still waiting for when Tanjiro and Akaza get that
I can't wait.
Yes.
All right, we go down to Hunter x Hunter and Bleach, some of the most iconic animes out there. Fenton and Yamamoto. Cedric, who you got in this?
And honestly, I'm with Yamamoto myself. Fenton's fast. It's just, I think it's just too strong. And the crazy thing is, that nigga old as fuck and just strong.
To all that battle experience, he was he's been he was head captain for 2,000 years? Something crazy.
Yeah, nigga too old.
Not too old to whoop ass, apparently.
Oh, yeah,
never
don't
that.
give a fuck. Like, I saw that he was. Honestly, I remember the first time I saw his sword come out of that fucking cane. I was like, "Hold on, this nigga been carrying a sword with him this whole time." I was like, "Oh, Grandpa ain't disabled. Grandpa just waiting for you to try him, motherfucker." Like,
Fuck around and find out.
but I picked Yamamoto.
Okay, Byron, who you got?
I got Yamamoto. I know they both have swords, but Yamamoto is a master swordsman. He's a warrior with over 2 millennia of combat experience. I don't know how you beaten that. So I'm going with Yamamoto.
Andrea?
I second that motion. I also went with Yamamoto. Like I said, I saw that clip and I'm like, I don't think anybody's touching that.
Niki?
I want to pick Phaeton, but I have to go Yamamoto.
I mean, when you're an old dude and you when he showed up to that one battle, I think it was during the thing Niki's watching, like the Eisen thing, and he said, "I'm here. There's no greater security than that." Yeah, it's no. He was dropping.
Okay, bad.
He was dropping an All Might line before
All Might was a thing. No. Well, this is a fantastic.
I said, don't get twisted. That man is not All Might. that man is not All Might.
Yeah, he wasn't saying it in such a happy-go-lucky, I'm gonna save the day.
He's like, hey, I'm here. Y'all motherfuckers better go out there and fight now. Like, what the fuck y'all holding around here now?
Cedric, you remember when that one dude before he fought the main bad guy in the 1,000-Year Blood War, when he was using like his subordinates Bankai against him, and he was just standing in the lightning? I was like,
oh yeah, because of one, you knew he was dying in pure anime form. When you start talking shit like that to kill someone's subordinate, and you just running your mouth like, yeah, and I'm about to use your boy's shit. Also, this is like, oh man, you about to get fucking clapped. It's so bad.
I don't understand, like, where some anime characters, if you see another dude tanking your move, I think it's time to go home. I don't get why you just talking that shit. The dude is just standing there. He's not blocking. He's not. You should pack it in, boss. And then he got incinerated. Dumbass.
Like, there's only a few anime like call it moments. If you're watching anime, and anytime they say that, did we get him? Anytime that question is asked, the answer is no.
No, you did not get him. You better run.
Bro, didn't block. Like, I'm just even going back to like, shit, I'll go to, like, when Goku threw the spirit bomb and Jiren just stood there, bro, go home. This ain't for you. This ain't for you. I'm like, what are we doing?
Hey, but he got plot armor. It's okay.
Okay, that's true. And then, shoot, I'm just thinking all these things. Got to bring it up because Black History Month just ended. When Sasuke attacked Killer B and Killer B was just standing there. But bro, come on. You charged with him a Shidori. He's I'm just going to prepare.
When Killer B was writing raps while
fighting. Right.
That's true. that is just
like go home.
Really had the pencil, was like, hold on.
Go home. Like, this ain't for you. Oh man, died 3 times, and that's real plot armor. That's real plot armor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's why he ain't in this bitch.
I was not even gonna lie. I would just be right. Yeah, because I was wondering. I was like, is Cedric gonna put Sasuke in here so Sasuke gets clapped? But
no, so I didn't put Naruto people in there because they use multiple chakra natures. That shit isn't fair.
That's
right.
Because otherwise, I just say like, oh, he can only use fire jutsu. He's getting fucking clapped if he only uses fire jutsu.
Yamamoto puts him in a blender. I think Natsu puts him in a blender.
Oh, for sure.
Who else has fire?
Bring Goku.
Well,
I'm saying if he's not using, I'm not letting him use Sharingan. Like, he's not using Sharingan.
Oh, he's not using Sharingan. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. It's literally just fire. It's just fire shit. Like, he can only use fire shit.
That's just straight hand. Oh, Rengoku really might put him in a blender too. With
that's
no
why I didn't want to
Sharingan?
do it, because I'm like, that's just like lame.
Well, think about it. Maybe even Zuko would, because Zuko would just bend whatever fire jutsu comes out of Sasuke back at him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would just be lame. That's why I was like, let me pick different people. We done enough Naruto. That would just be kind of lame.
Sasuke really would get cooked over here on this. Oh boy.
Well, but then on the opposite side, technically we could say Sasuke could only use like lightning style. And I mean, he has a couple moves on there as well. So like, it's where would you put him? Because like Cedric said, multiple different chakra natures.
Right on L7C brand in the middle of a podcast talking shit about Sasuke.
You're the one who mentioned this.
I gotta keep the name brand, man.
I'm just saying, you brought him up.
Hey, adult Sasuke is hard with all of his powers when he has 2 eyes and 1 arm.
2 arms?
Well, no, 2 arms.
Well, as an adult, he only ever has 1 arm.
Now he has 1 eye. All right, we got the finals, which this is, you got Natsu, Yamamoto. Winner goes to the first ever L7C Anime Element Final 4. Who do we got in here? Byron, let's start with you, the captain. Hey, the captain. Yeah.
I think Yamamoto.
Okay.
I think that just Bankai is just too OP.
All right. Andrea?
I'm going to defer to Niki.
Oh. Wow, that's a new one. All right, Niki.
Do that?
Right, I don't know. I would have deferred to Niki too.
Andrea, be careful, because that means if it gets to 2-2, you're going to be the deciding factor.
Wait,
Fair
who
enough.
Byron picked?
Byron picked Yamamoto.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I really am. I'm going not. Fuck it.
Hey!
I'm going Natsu, baby.
Okay. Cedric?
I was going to pick Natsu too. Like, no joke. Like, that's who I was going to pick. I was going to pick Natsu because I really like Natsu.
I really feel like this fight would be actually really amazing, because I feel like both worlds are.
I'll give you this.
Similar in power scaling, close.
I'll give you this because we talked a lot about Yamamoto. Natsu's abilities, and honestly, when Fairy Tail ended, he hadn't even reached his full peak. Like, and so when dude like finishes it, Grant, he wasn't the strongest wizard in his guild, but dude held his own out here on a lot of shit.
No.
Not to mention, like, I mean, I really just don't know what you do with a nigga that eats fire. I really just don't know what you do.
Yeah.
But doesn't his thing, like, then you make I guess this is for like the expert scalers out there. Does Yamamoto's fire supersede Natsu's fire? Because I'm going Yamamoto, so it's 2-2. So it is going to be up to Andrea. So,
well, I guess
Son of a bitch.
that's your fault.
It's my fault. It is
when
my
you
fault.
when you say supersedes, do you mean like can it overwhelm or overpower?
Because wasn't that
or
Natsu's
do you mean
thing?
he can't eat it?
Well, yeah, because
Yes.
what is Natsu's things like if it's a fire above?
And so, like,
level.
when I say above his, I mean like some type. Simple way to put it, right? There's God Slayer magic, Demon Slayer magic, Dragon Slayer magic, and all of those types. So, as far as if you're just straight up regular fire, whatever it is, he eating that shit. Now, the reason why I say above grade of his is because Dragon Slayer magic, as far as above other fire magic users, it's created to slay dragons. Like, that is its purpose. God Slayer magic and Demon Slayer magic are created to slay demons and gods, but because it's that purpose, the attribute itself, he can't eat. Like, he can't consume it. Now, there is a portion of the episode where he does consume God Slayer flames. It wasn't initially, it was bad, but then it got okay-ish. It wasn't like a feat where it's like, oh yeah, he can just do this like on demand, like a snap of a hand. Now the thing is with Bleach, I don't know if we are categorizing the way their Rishi or however their power scale works to that because my understanding is whatever attribute is the attribute for Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one's sitting there saying like my flames are different than your flames or my flames is for demons, dragons, whatever type of thing. That's just not how they power scale out. That's what I'm saying. Like if when I say like a flame tier above his is it has a specific attribute or specific purpose in that regard.
I guess too, it's just one of those things. I'm sitting here, I was like, also from like a physical thing, because we keep talking about like the Bankai and like all that stuff. Obviously, he has a whole bunch of other shit we haven't even like mentioned that like Soul Reapers have and all that. I'm just wondering, I was like, so then how is Natsu going to beat him? Like, how's he gonna fight Yamamoto with like all the people Yamamoto's killed? Like, that's how I'm trying. Like, is it gonna be a war of attrition? Like, that's where I struggle.
Oh, with the fighting, I mean, for me, Natsu is a brawler, and for lack of better terms, I mean, I don't know because Natsu is technically demon-esque because his full name is END. He's actually a created individual. He's not really like just Natsu Dragneel. Like not the original Natsu Dragneel died, and then he was created out of the Book of Zereth. However, I don't know. I know there's like there's multiple time skips with Fairy Tail, but in my mind, he's a brawler, so it's one of those things where it's like he does typical shonen anime main character shit. Like you're literally like you're going to have to kill me to stop me. Like it's one of those things. Like when you say like battle experience and all that stuff, I mean, he's aging. Again, I honestly don't know how old Natsu is, but I would say as far as battle experience, I mean, Fairy Tail almost there's multiple fights. Like Niki said earlier, like I don't know if there's an episode that Natsu does not fight someone in Fairy Tail. But
well,
hey, I'm also biased because I like Fairy Tail.
Yeah, and I'll definitely post this one on the YouTube like community tab who people think would win, and on the Spotify thing as well. So because this is an interesting matchup. Andrea, who do you got? They're going whoever you pick's going to the final four.
I don't like this.
It's your fault.
It really is.
That's my fault. Yikes. So
I don't think you
again,
go
I haven't
wrong with
watched
either
either
one.
of these series, so I'm not. That makes it worse. But from what I read and the way I interpreted things is from what I understood is the flames used in Yamamoto's Bankai could, and again, I don't understand both, power systems in either anime very well. But that's the way I read it. So I had originally picked Yamamoto as well.
Okay, that's our first 3-2 of this thing. I wish Justin was here. Then it could probably be 3. Actually, I don't know. Justin would have had Zuko in
the quarterfinalist.
Justin would have had Zuko in the finals.
Damn,
See, okay, I'm not as mad at that though.
You ain't gonna hold this man like that. I mean, fuck him still, but you ain't gonna hold this man like that.
I'm just saying, man, like those Naruto what if things that Justin was on, there could be a whole podcast of his greatest hits.
Yeah, but that was bro. Again, that's
Can we
Naruto.
not release that for like his birthday or something?
He's the one who got the tapes.
I mean, that was the old shit. You bring up old shit. Look, man, this is a new year. I mean, he already started off bad because this nigga isn't on this pod. Like he gonna walk in here and do like one division and then never be back. Like,
well, if he is editing that Women's Day one, I can give him because even though he didn't look at his email, but that's a whole other thing. But
right, you sent out all 4.
I know. Hey, I know.
Like
I sent it out. I sent all this out a month ago. I know.
It's every week for the same day, the same time, the month of March.
Yep. That's it. I mean, but no, that was fun. Fire division is set. So Andrea, since you had to make the tie, what's the next week? Was it water? We're doing water.
Water next
Man.
week.
Then just previewing water, man. Andrea, you got a lot of your people. Got some Avatar, got some Demon Slayer, got some Fairy Tale. Niki, tell me something about Noelle.
Man, shout out Noelle. Hey, she's hard. If you read the manga,
Okay.
She's tough. I'll give her that.
All right.
But fuck.
That's what we're doing next week, just previewing the water section down here. She's one who I had to read up and watch some stuff on her. I know she got some abilities, but
not Jean Bay. Come on now. Spoiler, I don't know if Noelle's beating Jean Bay. I'm gonna have to that one. That's gonna be my toughest one. I'm gonna fight myself over that one.
Okay. That is my one mistake. I didn't find another person from Black Clover to put in this shit. I think I only have Noelle.
No, you put Luck.
Oh, thank God.
No, yeah, there's one other one.
Against Zenith.
Hey.
Super spoiler. I'll have a tough
balance.
Wait, there's 3. Isn't there one in the...
there's one in Earth. Soul.
Isn't there? Wait.
There is. But I'm pretty sure he's
yeah.
Hey, he's hits again.
All right, we reached the end. Let's get to some closing stuff. So, Niki, you can go first.
Man, leave your comments. I'm trying to hear about this final battle. What do the people think?
Mm-hmm. We'll do. We'll have some polls up on YouTube and Spotify for people to interact with. Andrea?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how many people agree or disagree with our quarterfinalists. While y'all were debating, I literally pulled out a coin because I was like about to do the whole coin flip situation. I didn't do it because, I set my own fate on that one. So that's my bad. Will not be doing that again. 10 out of 10 do not recommend. But yeah, we appreciate you guys listening. Hope you keep following up with us as we go through this bracket. And I am curious to see who the other quarterfinalists are and then how the semis and or the quarters and the semis and the championship. I'm so sorry, goes.
Byron.
The only thing I gotta say is thank you for the 5,000 listens. That is amazing. And we'll keep putting out content for all you supporters and listeners who watch our YouTube videos, listen to us on Spotify and wherever you get your podcast at. So thank you for 5,000 and we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, so Cedric, I'll go because I want you to have the last word on these ones. Like Byron said, we just hit 5,000 on other anime content from the Dragon Ball stuff. So again, really appreciate that. And as Anchor is evolving, it shows more data. So currently, since they have a connection with Spotify, for the 52 people out there who are subscribed to the L7C on Spotify, thank you so much. Don't know who subscribed on other stuff, but ever since we've hit that 5,000 mark, we've had a couple hundred already after that. So we really appreciate you guys doing that. I mean, we started this in COVID, August 2020, and then now we're in 2023 with over 5,000 listens on the pod, over 600 subscribers on the YouTube, people interacting on the community tabs on YouTube, people interacting on Spotify with Andrea's last episode, talking about if they like Vigilante Deku or not. So we appreciate your interaction in that, and we can't thank you enough. And we'll leave it, Cedric, with the last word.
This was fun. This is going to be a good time. I look forward to doing the rest of the divisions, seeing how this works out. Honestly, I already have like another plan in the works, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how the people feel with this. Honestly, give us your comments if you have suggestions, ideas for individuals. Trust me, I know there are people who did not make it on the bracket. I promise you, I know who you are going to name. I apologize for not including them. Again, there was a rhyme to my madness, hence March Madness. But if you have other people in there that you want to like suggest, like, hey, what about this matchup versus this one? I know people are going to mention people from Fire Force. There's individuals from other animes out there as well, like Yu Yu Hakusho. other characters. If you have other suggested characters that didn't make it in the bracket, suggest it in the comments. Honestly, and we'll respond. But thanks as always for listening. It's a great milestone, 5,000 listens. Byron Martin, I'm telling you, I see Oso's out here putting in them works. I got works for him too. I got plans for him.
Oh,
Hmm.
hey,
I got plans for him.
Okay.
He's always ready, and also with the fan thing, with our first ever live premiere on his Strongest and Draggable since he did his project. That was cool having some interaction in the comments and people on Twitter wanting to hop in on some pods. So anytime if you want to try and hop in with the crew here and talk some anime, just we're welcome for it. As long as you're not an asshole. But
Is that really a prerequisite, or would we just mute them?
I don't even know if I know.
I don't even know.
I don't even know. That's a good question, Andrea. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.